The bus stopped. We all jumped up. It was time! The amusement park. We could see the big gates. They had flags and balloons. Everyone was so excited. We all grabbed hands and ran off the bus. Wow, look at that! Shouted Michael. It's even bigger than I thought, said Emily. I was so happy. This was going to be the best day ever. We ran through the gates, ready for anything. Come on, slowpokes, yelled Michael, already racing ahead. The park was a burst of color. Bright flags flapped in the wind. Music played from every corner. The smell of popcorn filled the air. There were so many people laughing and having fun. Let's go on that ride, shouted Emily, pointing to a giant spinning teacup ride. No, the roller coaster first, Michael insisted. We were all so excited, we didn't know where to go first. Everything looked so amazing. Can we please go on the teacups first, pleaded Emily. Please. The roller coaster was huge. It towered over the entire amusement park, casting a long shadow that seemed to stretch for miles. The structure was a marvel of engineering, with its intricate network of steel beams and tracks that twisted and turned in every direction. It was painted bright red and blue, colors that stood out vividly against the clear blue sky. The vibrant hues made it look even more thrilling and inviting, as if it was calling out to all the adventure seekers. It twisted and turned high above the ground, creating a dizzying array of loops and spirals. Each twist seemed more daring than the last, promising an exhilarating ride that would leave us breathless. My stomach did a flip-flop just looking at it. The anticipation was almost too much to bear, and I could feel the excitement building up inside me. Isn't it awesome? Michael asked, his eyes wide with excitement. He could hardly contain his enthusiasm, and his energy was infectious. We waited in line, getting more and more excited. The line seemed to move slowly, but with each step forward, our anticipation grew. We could hear the screams of joy from those already on the ride, which only made us more eager. Finally, it was our turn. We could hardly believe it as we approached the boarding area. The coaster cars looked sleek and ready for action. We climbed into the coaster car and pulled down the safety bar. The bar clicked into place, securing us in our seats. We exchanged excited glances, knowing the adventure was about to begin. The coaster started with a jerk, then we were off. The initial jolt sent a thrill through us, and we knew we were in for an unforgettable ride. Up, up, up we climbed, then down we plunged. The ascent was slow and steady, building the suspense, and then the drop was sudden and exhilarating, making our hearts race. The wind whipped through our hair. It felt like we were flying, the cool breeze adding to the sensation of speed and freedom. We screamed and laughed, our hearts pounding with thrill. The ride was everything we had hoped for and more, a perfect blend of fear and fun that left us wanting to go again and again. Section 4. Games and Goodies. This part of the day was all about fun and excitement. The amusement park was buzzing with energy, and we were ready to dive into the games and win some prizes. After the roller coaster, we needed a break. We found a cozy bench and sat down, catching our breath and planning our next adventure. We wandered through the park, checking out all the games. There were ring tosses and water balloon throws. The air was filled with laughter and the sounds of carnival music. We even saw a booth where you could win a giant stuffed animal. The prizes were so big they looked like they could barely fit in the booth. I want to play that one, I exclaimed, pointing at a game that looked like so much fun. Emily said, pointing to a game where you had to shoot water into a clown's mouth. It looked challenging but exciting. We took turns playing the game, laughing and cheering each other on. The competition was friendly, and everyone was having a blast. We didn't win any big prizes, but it was so much fun trying. My turn! My turn! I shouted, eager to have another go. Michael yelled, grabbing the water gun from Emily. He was determined to win this time. He aimed carefully and... splat! The water hit the target perfectly, the clown's mouth filled with water. We all cheered as Michael finally won a small prize. It was a perfect end to our game-filled adventure. Section 5. Up, up and away. Next, we decided to try the Ferris wheel. The towering structure, with its colorful lights and cheerful music, beckoned us. The kids were especially excited, their faces lighting up with anticipation as we approached the entrance. We climbed into one of the colorful gondolas. The seats were cozy, and the view from the ground already seemed promising. The operator secured the door, and we were ready for our adventure. Slowly, we started to rise. The gentle motion of the Ferris wheel was soothing, and we could feel a light breeze as we ascended. The higher we went, the more the world below began to transform. Higher and higher we went, until the whole park spread out below us like a colorful map. The rides, the people, everything looked so different from up here. It was like seeing a miniature version of the world. Wow, look how small everything looks. The children were in awe, their eyes wide with amazement. They pointed out different attractions, trying to identify them from our lofty perch. I said, pointing to the tiny people below, they looked like little ants scurrying around. It was fascinating to see the world from such a different perspective. From up high, we could see all the rides and attractions, the roller coasters, the merry-go-round, the food stalls. Everything was visible. It was like having a bird's-eye view of the entire amusement park. We could even see the parking lot, where our bus was just a tiny dot. It was amazing! The vast expanse of the park and the surrounding areas made us feel like we were on top of the world. "It's like we're birds, soaring through the sky," one of the kids exclaimed. The feeling of freedom and exhilaration was palpable. "We felt like we could reach out and touch the clouds," Emily said, her eyes sparkling with wonder. The Ferris wheel ride was more than just an amusement park attraction. It was a magical experience that gave us a new perspective on the world below. Section 6. Time for treats. After all that excitement, we were starving. We found a food stand selling hot dogs, fries, and ice cream. We all agreed on ice cream cones. We sat on a bench, licking our melting treats and enjoying the warm sunshine. "This is the life," Michael sighed contentedly. We talked about all our favorite rides and games. We couldn't believe how much fun we were having. "I can't decide what my favorite part was," I said, finishing the last of my ice cream. Section 7. Memories to keep. Finally, it was time to go. We boarded the bus, tired but happy. As we drove away, we looked back at the amusement park, its colorful lights twinkling in the distance. "That was the best day ever," Emily exclaimed. We all agreed. It was a day filled with laughter, thrills, and unforgettable memories. We couldn't wait to come back again someday. "Next time we're going on the log flume," Michael declared, his voice full of excitement for the next adventure.